able to my screen?
Yeah, Lakshmi, I'm able to see your screen.
Today I'm going to give you a short presentation on Wiz. In this presentation, I will cover these topics. What is Wiz? What is the difference between Wiz and other cloud security tools? Wiz components. How does Wiz work? And Wiz use cases. What is Wiz? Wiz is a cloud security platform that helps organizations to protect their cloud environments like AWS, Azure, and GCP. It works agentlessly. Uh, we don't need to install any software on servers. Wiz continuously scan for misconfigurations, vulnerabilities, and identifies the risks, giving a complete view of cloud security in one dashboard.
Alt tab. Yeah.
This is the Wiz dashboard. It provides the visual summarization of the issues detected in environment, make it easier to monitor risks and track progress and prioritize the issues. Here we have different types of issues: open issues, issues by severity, security score, top issues, everything. This is how to connect to Wiz. From here, we can connect different cloud environments like AWS, Azure, and GCP, which supports the hybrid and private clouds too. AWS and GCP, Azure are most common multi-cloud connectors. We have other integration categories also: data and AI, OpenAI, and Snowflake for securing data environments, Kubernetes clusters for containers and workload scanning, CI/CD platforms for to integrate with the development continuous development pipelines. We have runtime sensors for real-time threat detection, version control for scanning code repositories like GitHub, GitLab. This is the Wiz deployment page. Here we can manage and monitor all types of deployments. From search bar, we can search our connector.
So this is a connector which is used to connect to AWS environments. So once you make these connections, so whatever the issues are there in AWS environment account, right? You can see.
Yes,
Yeah, go
these are
ahead.
the health issues like misconfigurations, vulnerabilities. The status indicates as our connector is active state or inactive state, or it's initializing state, or it's on error state. Health issue shows the number of misconfigurations.
Lakshmi, can you click on go back? Click on Bedrock issue. So if your AWS account, if you are using Bedrock, some kind of AI based application you are running, so Bedrock will give you such issues. All you need to do is verify, go and fix. Once you fix, you just need to rerun the scan, or sometimes automatically it gets updated. So let's take an example of to help you understand better. Let's take an example of BizRadar. We have BizRadar. Think that it is developed. We have developed in AWS. Now, how do you protect BizRadar from all the uh, vulnerabilities? There are a lot of possibilities if it is not built properly in the cloud, because in the cloud people can start hacking, right? If it is you have set up a few servers, and some of the times if the port is open, there is a possibility that somebody can get into the open ports, try to run some service, and then actually get inside your application, start discovering or enumerating all the details it has, and completely take over the server. He can become administrator also, if you have not taken care of security on cloud properly. Now, how do you find all these issues? That is through Wiz. So Wiz provides a connector. So if you have your web application on which is running on AWS or on GCP or Oracle Cloud, or on Azure, using these connectors, which will be linked to your account, and it will start pulling all the workload or the virtual machines information through HTTPS protocol, and they'll run some kind of scanners which will scan those and then generate the vulnerabilities. That's high level what Wiz does. So once that is done, you get a report like this. When you click on this connector, you will know, okay, so this particular account, AWS account, has got this many issues. All you need to do is just fix those issues. It will provide detailed steps of what is the issue and how to fix it.
From here, we can rescan our connector. Last activity shows when the connector last communicate with the Wiz.
Lakshmi, can you show that pictorial
Yeah,
representation?
security graph.
Security graph, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Mainly security graph queries are used to search and filter the relationship which cloud connector. Mainly these queries helps us on what we
So
need,
yeah,
we
yeah.
want exactly.
So what happens here is, okay, now earlier there was a finding, right, in the account. Now it is very difficult for us to visualize where exactly that issue is. Previously, Lakshmi clicked on an account, and then it showed, okay, there is some issue in some particular place. But it's a lot more easier for us to fix if we are able to visualize it. And what Wiz provides is this capability of visualization, and it is real time. It will provide like which endpoint has the issue, and how that endpoint is connected to various components like EC2 instances, and in that EC2 instance where the issues are. So if you click on the finding, Lakshmi, so these are all the findings related to uh, that particular account. All you need to do is go one by one. If you click on any CVE, the first one, it will provide the details. Like here. So what is the issue? Some Python interpreter. I think this is related to and the file is associated with some old version of Python is being used in that EC2 instance. So that is what this vulnerability about. All you need to do is you need to upgrade, excuse me, upgrade or find a fix for that. The problem with such issues, like for example, this is outdated Python, so there will be some kind of exploit available on the internet where directly you run certain code, it gets hooked onto that particular server, and you get a kind of direct connection to that server, and then you can root it. That is called routing. You can root it. I mean, you can become the administrator of that particular server, and you can do whatever you want. You can start looking at various other files, the databases, if there is a database is installed there. So that is how the hacking thing work. Now, Wiz would help us to fix all those things. Just imagine if we don't have such tool, how difficult it becomes very difficult for us to find these issues at a library level. Not only at a library level, it finds at the application level and all the layers. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Lakshmi. Sorry, I'm trying to steal your show. I just want others to understand the concept a little bit better. That's all.
From the reports, we can create reports. Here we can schedule the reporting also, like 1 day, every 2 days, like that. In the policies, we can configure the different policies like vulnerability catalog, cloud configuration rules, host configuration rules. Here can set our automation rules also.
Hey, Satish, is this the configuration that we need to give to new customers?
This is one part of the configuration. See, first thing is if they have all the setup in cloud, we have cloud connectors. So Wiz has got three parts to it. One is Wiz Cloud, second is Wiz Code, third is Wiz Defend. So Wiz Cloud is all about you have, for example, BizRadar is there on cloud,
Hmm.
maybe Azure cloud. Now, what this cloud does is it provides a connector. You using the connector, you will connect to your Azure account. What it will do is it will pull all the information from the Azure cloud and run the scans. They have some 4 to 5 scanners, and then it will provide the results. And you have a very pictorial way of analyzing and going to the root cause and finding those issues. So this is one criteria or one functionality. Uh, or so that way all the cloud related problems of BizRadar is solved. Now the second problem is now um, we have GitHub, right? BizRadar, imagine BizRadar, we are using GitHub. Now we need to connect. So that is where Viz Code comes into picture. During the software development itself, you can use Viz Code to integrate into your editors, and then try to stop the issues there itself before getting into the other areas. And once have all these two setups, that is when Wiz Defend will come into picture, where it will protect any future security issues. Now, so this is the overall functionality of the three parts to Wiz. Now, uh, the next thing we need to address is the configuration part. How long will take each configuration? Wiz Cloud is the easiest one. You have the connectors. Um, it will take a couple of weeks, and then you can connect it. But again, there are multiple things here. Whenever you try to do a Wiz connections, right, you need to do whitelisting. You need to understand the corporate environment, because they would have blocked so many ports from the cloud point of view, right? They will have their own network. So a lot of things needs to be opened up in order to integrate these connectors. So that is a little bit time bound and depends on two teams. One is the Wiz team who is trying to incorporate, and the IT team of any company, which is so they need a lot of permissions. They need to open up a lot of ports so that Wiz connectors can make the right connection and start pulling the information. So this depends. This depends on both of them. From our side, it is very less dependency. If everything is fine with it, we can do it right away, which could take less than a week, or it can go up to a month, based on if there is some kind of blocking, or it requires approval from the company side. So yeah, I can say 1 week to 1 month. Similarly, for code also, it is the same thing. It can take to 1 week to 1 month. It's more from the organization point of view, where we need to understand that organization's network policies, and then what all approvals are required. Once everything is done, it becomes seamless to integrate. So this is the process. This is how it works.
So on the Wiz Cloud side,
Hmm.
um, the configuration, I understand that it can take time because of the security policies in the place of in each enterprise can be different, right? So it can take time. But once we have all this configuration set up and Wiz is fully integrated into the customer's cloud environment, what it basically does is scans the environment and gives us the report. That's all it does, right? It doesn't do any auto remediations or auto corrections or nothing like that. Just give the reports and some action items. Is my understanding correct or no?
Yes and no. Mostly, there is a remediation part too. Auto remediation also it does, but that we haven't explored that much. But there is, as I understand, there is an auto remediation piece to that as well.
Mhm. Okay. 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 Got
For
it.
some of the
And
things, it can directly. I mean, if you unless you need to give it a permission to auto remediate it, it will
mhm,
do the auto remediation.
got it. Okay.
So here
Yeah.
you can see add auto remediation here itself, right? Action. So yeah, it can do auto remediation.
Oh, we have to provide the action, what remediation we want to do. Maybe it is
Yes.
configurable thing, part of the
Yeah,
configuration
everything is
setup.
configurable. Everything you need to configure.
Hmm.
So each and everything needs to be
Mhm.
configured.
Maybe we can build some kind of quick package that identifies. Yeah, I think we can continue the discussion after the meeting. Yeah, sure. And on the code side, let's say the customer already has check marks for the
Mhm.
code scanning and all that, right? Uh, in that case, will Wiz allow to only buy Wiz Cloud, but not the Wiz code? That
No,
is
no, no, no,
possible, right?
no. It is not like that. So Viz Code it has basic scanners, one or two scanners. So what you need to do is check marks or any other tool needs to be integrated to Viz Code. That way it will pull the information from check marks and all other tools. It works along with the tool. It's not a replacement for tool.
Mm.
Yeah.
It complements or kind of gives
Compliments. It'll pull all the
overarching
information. Yeah.
like kind of experience. I see. Okay. Mhm.
It'll pull all the information and then gives you one single dashboard to or source of truth where you can refer. And then one more benefit is that visualization, right? It'll provide that visualization where exactly the issue is. Otherwise, for us to locate, it is very difficult. You need to, um, it takes a lot of time and effort to reach there. But this provides in just one so fast you can just see the visualization where which what component is getting affected and what is the issue. So all you need to do is directly go there and then fix it, or there is a you can do auto remediation for some of them, not all, but some of them you can do auto remediation.
Got it. Yeah, that's all, Satish. Thank you.
Lakshmi,
Uh,
please go ahead.
this threat space detects all the threats detected in environment in the past 90 days.
So this code and cloud is more of a configuration. Once you do the connector, configuring everything, later you come to this area, this dashboard, and then you see all the threads. Um, um, it's like a dashboard, dashboard control room kind of environment where you can you can see the issues live and then take appropriate action.
Difference between Wiz and other cloud security tools. Compared to other cloud security tools, which is much simpler and faster, other tools need agents installed on every system, which takes time and effort to maintain. But Wiz connects through APIs, so setup is quick and easy.
One question on that, Lakshmi.
Mm.
So for the cloud environments, it makes sense that we don't need an agent, but for on-premises, any servers or applications deployed within the LAN, don't you think we have to have an agent? Satish, do you have an idea?
Yeah,
Or we don't?
so that is where Viz CLI comes into picture. There is a plugin which you need to install um, uh, to your editor. That is called Viz CLI or editor, or Viz CLI is the plugin where once you have that, you can pull all the information and then load it to Viz portal.
So kind of agent only then. They're calling it a different name, right?
Correct. Yeah, kind
So
of
only
agent.
when
Yes.
you have on-premises instances or servers, then we need this CLI agent kind of
That's right.
thing,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even for CI/CD framework, right? Whenever in Azure we have DevOps where each steps are there, so that even there we use with CLI
Mhm.
in each stage, and it can stop the build too. You can configure in such a way to stop the build. So all those features are there in with CLI.
Got it.
And what scanners you need to run. So with CLI is very powerful. So it can be used in all these areas if other than cloud, right? uh, in other places, whether it is in CI/CD, a pipeline, if you are using Jenkins or Azure, that is the place where you provide this use the Wiz CLI plugin and then pull all the information to Wiz portal and analyze.
So Satish, I think I'm realizing that even if customer buy Wiz, right? Definitely, I think some kind of expert services are required to get best use of the tool, right?
Yes.
Let's say they have the license, but they haven't used the CLI, or they haven't, they aren't spending time on the error reports that that cockpit or dashboard was showing, right? Like critical errors, medium errors. There has to be someone monitoring it and also taking remediation efforts, right? So manual corrections or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like continuous process, isn't it?
It is continuous process, and after having the training, I'm realizing it. It is like you need a lot of handholding to the customer. I don't think people, even after going through the training, they whatever the training they provide, they will be able to
Correct.
not only configure, maintain. There are so many things, integrations, everything is you need to know. So it's a year-long process. It's a continuous process. So somebody should be there as part of this as a professional service, or some they need to take professional service at some point of time. I always see the way it works is okay. We sell Wiz, they take Wiz, and then they'll start trying to integrate. Then they will hit a block, roadblock, and then again they'll ask Wiz team. Then again they will train for some time. Again they will hit a roadblock. So there should be some kind of ongoing support which needs to be part of it to um, have this setup configuration smoothly. So I see at least 1 year, 1.5 year is required. Some support is required for any company to successfully set this up and then start um making use of it, or to see the benefits of this.
I totally think so. Otherwise, it looks like they buy a car and keep it in garage and not driving it, right? They drive
Exactly.
it once
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they get some error and they don't drive it anymore, kind of, right?
yeah,
Unless someone is hand holding and giving that kind of MSSP support.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's where the opportunity, right? That we are thinking. Yeah, makes sense.
yeah.
Wiz components, Wiz Cloud, Wiz Code, Wiz Defend, and Runtime Sensor. Wiz Code integrates security into the software development lifecycle by preventing vulnerabilities and misconfigurations, enhancing collaboration between development and other security items, and providing tools like IDE extensions, version control system connectors to secure code from development to deployment. WizDefend WizDefend is a comprehensive cloud incident response solution that simplifies the deployment and enhances the threat detection, speed up the investigation, and enable the quick response actions. Runtime sensor. Runtime sensor adds real-time threat detection for both cloud and on-prem workloads. How Wiz works. Wiz connect to cloud accounts using read-only API access. It scans workloads, containers, and databases, IAM roles, and even Kubernetes clusters. Then it analyzes the collected data from vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and exposure secrets and excessive permissions. All this information is correlated into the security graph, which shows the how risks are connected and help identify the real attack paths. Finally, it integrates with the tools like Jira, Slack, and ServiceNow, so the alerts can be assigned directly to the team for fixing. These use cases.
Lakshmi,
Clouds.
sorry to interrupt. Can you make it a little bit big? I'm not able to see, or we can do a present mode. No, down there is a percentage. Yeah, increase that. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine.
Okay. Which use cases? Cloud security, posture management. We continuously scan clouds, AWS, Azure, GCP to find the misconfigurations, publicly exposed resources, insecure network settings. It ensures the cloud follows the best security practices and compliance standards. Vulnerability management, which detects the OS and application vulnerabilities, unpatched software, exposed secrets and credentials. It helps to prioritize and fix the most critical vulnerabilities that can be exploited. Identity and access management, which analyzes the IAM roles and permissions to find excessive privileges unused for risky permissions, identity misconfigurations. It helps to enforce least privilege access and stop identity-based attacks. Container and Kubernetes security, which scans container images for vulnerabilities, Kubernetes clusters for misconfigurations. It protects the containerized workloads from threats before deployment. Multi-cloud visibility. It helps to centralize view of risks across AWS, Azure, and GCP. Risk prioritization. Using the security graph, which connects the different findings. Compliance and reporting, which provides ready-made compliance templates and dashboards, automates the compliance audits and proofs report for frameworks like CIS, PCI, HIPAA. Integration and automation, which integrates with the Jira, ServiceNow, Slack, Teams, SIM tools, Splunk, Sentinel, automatically notifies the teams and track remediation progress. That's all from my side. Thank you.